What's going on, Raiders? Dark Sword 255 here, where the numbers may be randomly generated, but the content itself is not. And guys, are you sick and tired of when CVC comes around, you guys are getting your arses kicked and it just feels like it's such an uphill battle? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks how to absolutely dominate in personal CVC. Well, in CVC in general, but the main focus ever since Plarium has given these medallions as rewards for personal, the personal has become significantly more important. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be jumping in how to absolutely dominate and make sure that your clan wins every single personal CVC. Now, unfortunately, with how Plarium has the matchmaking set up for clan versus clan, from my understanding, is if you lose a lot, you get weaker teams. Again, clans. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if that's true. So what the strategy is for non-personal CVC, you're really kind of designed, or you're supposed to throw that. That's like a big strategy. You throw that, and then your next personal, you're fighting against somebody who's a little bit weaker than you. To become part of my team, click the link in the description right now to get Elenaril for free, as well as 3 more amazing epic champions as you level up. Here's how you do it. Log out of Plarium Play on your PC and uninstall it. Click the link in the description, register with a brand new email, launch raid, and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on this chance to get a free Elenaril along with 3 epics as you progress through raid. Click on my link right now and let's get started. Now, even if you do get into a stronger clan, guys, there's an easy way, very easy way to get at a minimum 150,000 points very easily without spending a lot of resources, especially during a fusion, which we are currently in. You want to really try to utilize your resources in the appropriate way here, guys, right? So how can we go about doing that? Well, there's a couple different things we can do. So what we should be doing between personal CVCs is collecting as many gold medals as possible. And then now when it's time to dump, when it's a personal CVC, then you dump all of your energy, all of your medals into upgrading. Now, when you see me upgrading this, look at how many points we're going to start getting. 1,000 points, 1,500 points, 2,000 points. So you could actually get a ton of points just by utilizing your medals, guys. So it's super important to be like, especially if you're still leveling, like my Great Hall is really, it is kind of developed, but it's really not as developed. Keep in mind, guys, spending live arena points, you do not get any points for. Now, moving on to a very quick, if you just need to spam out points if you don't want to think about it, you want to spam out points very easily, doing either Shogun or Sand Devil is an easy way to get a lot of points very quickly. And who doesn't really need the different sands to rework your ascension? So if you need to burn energy, again, when you're doing these clan versus clans, and if there's a big event going on, you want to use your resources effectively. Now, right now, if I was already done with, let's say, like dungeon divers and whatever tournament, like a dungeon tournament, then I would go ahead and farm this. But during these CVCs, you want to be farming whatever the dungeon is for the fusion you're doing. Sometimes, obviously, there's not going to be a fusion, but look how many points, guys, we get for doing 1 Shogun 25. We get 800, and that took about 40 seconds. 40 seconds. So you get a ton of points by doing Shogun and by doing Sand Devil. So if you're in a pinch, hammering those out are a really great way to get points very quickly. Now, another very easy way to get points, especially if there is let's say a champion training event happening, putting some brews into, oops, I put too many, putting some brews into your champions. Now, we're not going to be max leveling our guys, but see, if we just put 3 to 4 brews in, we get to level 18 for these champions. I just got almost 100 points right there. And then, I have, an unbelievable amount of brews. So if we go ahead and hammer out, let's say, a bunch of these champions to level, let's say level 16 or 18, whatever, I put 3 brews in it, right? Bam, 85 points. And I just do that for a consortium of them. Then all of a sudden, those points really do add up. And if it's during a champion training event, then you're doubling up on not only doing the tournament / events, but you're also diving in and getting those points as well. Now, guys, before you go and do any, of course, this is during a fusion, so there's not a 2x, but on the scoreboard here, they will say 2x to a certain limit, right? And you can see what the 2x's are going to be before when it says CVC is starting soon. So on Monday, it will tell you what are going to be the 2x's here, guys. You absolutely want to hammer out those events until the 2x goes away. Now, an additional way to get a ton of points is doing faction wars. Obviously, if you can do faction wars hard, you should be doing faction wars hard. You get a significant amount more points from doing faction wars hard. But if you can't, just doing the max level of normal will give you will net you a good amount of points as well. So far, what we have is we have farming dungeons, we have leveling up champions, and we have also doing faction wars. What you could also do, guys, and what you should be doing is your clan boss, collecting your clan boss. Now, when you collect your clan boss, you get a decent amount of points depending on which stage you're doing, and most of the time, depending on the level. Oh my God, so many pop-ups. The level of clan, you will get 2 additional keys. So instead of getting the 4 a day that you get, you will now get 6 a day. So you can get a bunch of free points just by doing your dailies. Another great way, guys, what you should be doing at the beginning of every week is basically you clear your defense team. I didn't because I've been very busy this week, but you clear your defense, and you drop down as much as you can. Now, the reason you do that is so you can hammer out a bunch of tag team battles, and tag team battles, depending on what level you are, gives you a ton of points, and you get 20 free battles a day, guys. Don't forget, get 20 free battles a day. And also just normal arena nets you a ton of points as well. So doing your 20 tag team and then doing your 20, I think it's 25, your 25 daily arena nets you an unbelievable amount of points, and it's very easy to hammer those out too. So if you're in a pinch and you're trying to min max your personal CVC, that is a great way to go about doing that. So 420, I ended up losing one, but 420 points. Now imagine, guys, if all of your, you're able to hammer out 20 of these battles, and all of these are just easy one-click battles. You're farming an unbelievable amount of points. Same thing with classic arena, guys. So doing these, and these are all like daily stuff you should kind of be doing anyways for your daily missions. So just kind of going a little bit above and beyond will net you a ton of points. Boom, bam, 80 right there. Let's go. And then, like I said, you can hammer out a bunch of them. Now, guys, if you're in a pinch, there are 2 ways to quote unquote power farm points for clan versus clan. Now, I don't really suggest doing this unless it's a very close battle, but utilizing your shards. Now, I'm not going to pull right now, guys. I'm sorry. I just saw that and I was getting Raphael would be really nice. Anyways, sorry, sidetrack. So like using your sacred shards, you get 3,000 points if you summon a legendary, and then you get a bunch of points for summoning epics as well. I don't really recommend utilizing your shards. I don't even say you should utilize your fragment summons here, guys, because a lot of the big fusions that we have in general, champion chase is so much easier if you have like a bunch of summon fragments. So it's 30,000 points to summon a legendary. So if you're in a pinch, you can do it, guys. If like the battle is extremely close, totally worth doing. But overall, if you don't have to, I would highly suggest not pulling during these events. But you can if, like I said, the battle is very close. Another very easy way to earn a bunch of points is utilizing your books up here, guys. You get 3,000 points per legendary book, and then so on and so forth for the epic books and the rare books. Now, again, if you're in a pinch and you want to get a bunch of like really quick, easy points, just coming down, clicking on upgrade skill, and you can see all the people that have skills to upgrade with right here with the little red dot. Again, especially during a fusion, when you're going to want to book the fusion you're getting, I would not suggest doing this. Definitely, I mean, I dump my epic books all the time because I just have so many, and I get a ton of points doing it that way as well. But I would not dump your mythical or Lego books unless it's like between fusion events. But that's just, my personal stance on that. Another really cheap and easy way, especially since right now there is a gear enhancement event, is coming over to the forge and forging a bunch of artifacts. Now, you can just dump all of this. You'll get a ton of points by also, like, depending on the rarity of that you craft, depends on how many points you get, but you get a bunch of really free points here. I'll just quick craft 10, 520 points just for 10 without even, and they're all rare. They're like not even that great. So, I have a ton of these just because I farm faction wars every single day, but this is the time, guys. So like, let's say I don't have any more lethal. I just farmed it, just made it all. But like, if you have a bunch of gear that you've been waiting to craft, this is the time to craft it. You also get a bunch of points by ascending gear and then leveling up the gear as well. You get a good amount of points for that. And in a pinch, guys, again, don't recommend it unless you're like you just need to finish building out your characters. You get a lot of points for buying masteries. So if you want to buy masteries, or I mean, I would rather just farm them, you know, like I would rather just farm them, especially since there's super raids right now, overusing your gems, my personal take on it. But you know, you get a bunch of points from giving masteries to people. So that's a kind of a quick little comprehensive guide, guys, how to absolutely dominate, get the most amount of points possible for a low amount of effort. Now, guys, like I said, you know, I hope this guide helps you out a little bit. I hope you guys are going for the fusion. You should never skip a fusion, guys. Even if they look bad on paper, a lot of these champions do end up getting buffed. I do think that this champion, this dwarf, is going to be decent for most accounts, so definitely make sure you're going for him. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see everybody in the next one.